Welcome to our camera and lens buying guide series. These videos are designed to teach you how to test and identify potential issues with a camera or lens before purchasing. What we're not going to do in this series is tell you what you should buy. We assume that you've already made your decision, and we just want to help you get a good working camera or lens. What we're also not going to do is tell you the cost of a repair. We don't want to dictate the market value for technicians. This video might not be about your particular camera or lens, but a lot of the information we cover can be applied to other systems as well. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. We're working on other buying guides to cover other camera series, so if you want to see those, make sure to hit the notification bell as well. Now with all that out of the way, let's get started. So you've chosen the Mamiya RZ67. Good choice. 6x7, medium format, single lens reflex with interchangeable lenses and backs. Takes beautiful pictures. Today we're going to go over some simple field tests you can do to make sure that you get a working RZ. These tests will cover both the RZ67 Pro and the RZ67 Pro 2. When testing the RZ, you're going to need a fresh PX28 or a 4LR44 battery. That's because the RZ shutter is electronically controlled. It might also help to have a test roll of 120 film along with an empty spool. Number 1, visual inspection. You're going to want to look over the camera and see if there's any obvious signs of damage. There really are no secrets to this, just anything that stands out. Check along the lens filter ring for dings or dents. Number 2, focusing operation. Rack the lens all the way out and back to make sure that it operates smoothly. On the RZ67 Pro 2, there's actually a fine focus knob right here. It's this inner one, and you're going to want to turn that and make sure it turns smoothly. It's not unusual for the fine focus gear to get damaged and cause focusing problems. Number 3, inspect the bellows. Now, take the lens all the way back out and carefully check along the bellows for damage. You're looking for rips or tears. Here's a great example of a damaged bellows. You don't want one that looks like this. Number 4, checking the shutter. Now let's check the shutter that's built into the lens. In order to do this, you'll need the lens on the body. If the lens is off the body, there are a couple of steps you want to make sure to do before putting it on. Make sure the lens is cocked. If you can look through it, it's cocked. If not, you're going to need to manually turn the cocking pins fully counterclockwise till they stop. Move the white dot to the index mark. Now make sure the camera body is cocked and the mirror is down. Attach the lens to the camera and tighten the lock ring clockwise. Remember that battery we had earlier? You're going to need it now for this step. Open the battery door on the bottom of the camera. Take out the old one, or if it's empty, just slide it in. Remove the back by sliding the lock lever located on the bottom of the camera counterclockwise. Put your lens f-stop to the largest opening, which would be the smallest number. Select a slow shutter speed. 1 second is a fine choice. Set the mode selector to M for multiple, and hold the camera up and point it at a white wall or light source, then fire it. If it didn't fire, make sure the lens lock is set to white. You should see a burst of light as the shutter stays open for 1 second. There are additional details when testing the shutter, but these steps will show any common issues the camera might have. Number 5, checking the film back. Make sure you have the film back on the body for this step. If it's off, line up the 4 studs and slide the lock clockwise. We're going to want to remove the back insert to load the film. Slide out the 2 tabs, open the back door and remove the insert. Make sure there's an empty spool on the right-hand side of the insert. If the empty spool is on the left, simply move it to the right by pushing down the silver spool release and switching it to the right. Insert your test roll on the left-hand side. Pull it over and insert it into the take-up spool slot. Turn the wind knob the direction shown by the arrow. Turn until the start arrow is visible on the roll of film and line it up. Put the insert into the back and close the door. Lock it in place. Advance it until number 1 is visible on the frame counter. Set your shutter speed to a fast speed, such as 125. Remove the dark slide. Make sure the mode selector is in the middle position and release the shutter. Continue cocking and releasing the shutter while watching the frame window. It should go all the way to 10. Use the wind knob and turn it in the direction of the arrow at least 5 to 6 turns. You'll feel the film become free inside the back. Open the back up and take out your test roll now. Number 6, focusing hood and screen. Open the hood and make sure it opens smoothly. Close it by pinching the sides. Do this a couple of times. Remove the hood by pinching the 2 buttons on either side of the hood. We're doing this to look at the focusing screen and to make sure it's not damaged. Number 7. Checking lens elements. Make sure the shutter is cocked and remove the lens. Use a flashlight to look through the lens. You're looking for any fungus or haze. If you see any small specks of dust, it's not going to affect your image quality, no matter what anybody on the internet tells you. And that's about it. As we said before, this is more of a quick field test. There are additional tests that can be done, but they require specialized equipment, such as shutter speed testing, flash sync testing, and focus testing. Hope this guide helps you pick out a great RZ67. See you next time. Good choice. 6x6 medium format, single lens reflex.
No, you said 6x6.
It is 6x6. It's right there. 6x6. 6x6.
To the front camera, what does it say?
It says 6.7. Okay. If you want to see other Mamiya related videos or analog camera equipment, consider subscribing. We're a father and son team with over 40 years of experience servicing Mamiya and other professional cameras. We have the knowledge and the resources, including original Mamiya parts and factory test equipment to service all Mamiya cameras.